And we seem to be live. Yeah, we are live. Let me just check if everything is working correctly and if I can hear myself. Yeah, we are live. Let me just check. Okay, that's it. So yeah, I can close this off now. Just have my shit up so I can see everything. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, markets are looking really weird. Like it's been behaving quite weirdly. So we are here to cover everything, to see if there's some plays to be made, if there are things we can do with the whole market, like if we can make some trades. A lot of buys coming in after what's happened with GME. After this guy tweeted like basically it's an old face, which he was basically responsible for when GME, the GameStop stock ran last time, like when they did a big short squeeze. And he's been spamming the timeline with the random videos and photos, and he's been active in June of 2021, the last time. So quite an interesting situation. Like GME went crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it went absolutely crazy, ballistic. Like the daily move, basically since this close right here. Let's just see. It went up 90% and topped out around there. Then went back down, but we won't waste too much time. Let me just use my mouse instead of a trackpad. Physically down 20% since then, but it doesn't matter. Like we are still going to play crypto, and crypto has been behaving weird. Like I don't know if I can say this is bullish. Let's go to the main chart, and I want to paint this up like I usually do, because I did it again. I switched my charts, so I guess this is what we need to do now. And just talking about my bias, like generally, I don't know. I want to be bullish, but I can't be bullish. I have to be cautious with the markets looking like this, because like technically we are still below the EMAs on the daily. On the weekly, it's a bit of a different situation, but it doesn't matter. And as I said, below 69K, I won't be completely bullish, because there is no real reason to be bullish below 69K. This is a huge level which has to be respected. And basically above 69K, you get your green light to go, I guess, max long, maybe maybe wait for new highs or something. So I guess I figured that I wanted to do this live, and it will probably stay up on my YouTube as a video, because I want to cover everything. So yeah, 63K is also a big level that we want to reclaim, and it's been struggling with 63K, and you can see like, it's been a pivotal level almost in the past few months, I guess. Like this whole area, 62 to 64K, 63 basically being the middle of the line. But let me find some line which we can place like right at 63K. Yeah, this one. And we'll mark it out in a different color, like a blue one, just to know it's a significant level. And basically, we want to reclaim 63K and maybe close above it, to be able to go with continued motion to the upside. And for now, we haven't been able to reclaim it. Like this looked somewhat good, but we didn't manage to hold above. And now we are trading slightly above 63K. But look at the previous candle closes. Straight up denial from them. When you go to the 4-hourly, it's a bit different, but on the lower time frames, you can see it's an obvious resistance level. And I don't know. I mean, I personally think this is not as bullish as it looks, and I think we possibly get another sell-off, maybe into this level right here. Let's mark it out. Basically, let's go to the 4-hour. Basically into this zone, this liquidity pocket right here, maybe towards here, and just mark it out as a significant zone, because I think we will revisit it, and possibly, as you know my bias, possibly go and revisit this level, which is a huge level, and you want to be buying that. Maybe if we retest the level, maybe think about longing it if we get some like big support action right there. Like if we go, actually let me mark it out like this, put it in green just so we know. Like if we move into this zone like this and possibly see a reaction that is bullish, maybe you would want to long as we manage to go above this level right here. I want to take my time with this. Like if it's boring, I guess you don't have to watch it afterwards, but I want to take my time with this and do it nicely, because this will be the chart that we'll be using for months to come. So basically, as we reclaim this level, like possibly dip into this zone, maybe do some price action right here for a few days, and as soon as we test this as a support, you would want to long it and just go along there, aiming for this level as a TP1 and aiming for these as TP2. TP3 could be 69k, and if we continue going above 69k, you would want to hold it until like 80k, 100k possibly, because you would have a moon back, you would have capitalized on most of the move, and basically you don't need to hold your full long for the whole move, because it can just retrace straight back down to your entry and you just round trip it. So yeah, what is also a possibility is retesting this whole price action area, like from here, I guess, let's say like from here to here, basically 48Ks, and we can do this like this, just to have it up. Maybe going back into this zone and possibly tagging these. And when we go like if we go to these levels, I will most likely long without thinking. Like if you get a chance, if you get a dip, I might have some orders here to get filled between 49k, I guess, like here, and this whole area right here. Just fill it up with orders, have your longs with a low leverage, just so you don't get, because if we move into this area, everybody would put their stops right below this low right here, which is at 46.8. So basically have a low leverage, like 10x maybe even that is too much, because you want to hold this for months, and maybe not months but weeks, and possibly months if it goes and becomes bullish price action after that. But you want to hold this, and possibly if you go with a 10x leverage, like let's say your average price goes somewhere right here, and we'll do this in green just so it's normalized, and you put your stops lower than everybody does. Like you don't want to have your stops here, because if 42 gets reclaimed, I mean tagged again, that would be extremely bearish. But you would also want to look for longs there if we get them. But basically put your stops below where everybody will be putting them. And if everybody's putting them at 46.8, you want to put them like at 46k straight, or 46.5, just in case we get a liquidity hunt and you don't want to get stopped on that. And let's say you hold it, and you hold it to the all-time highs, not even above that. You would have an 18-hour trade, meaning basically with 10x leverage you could make a ton of money with just one trade. And not to say ETH will most likely follow it, Solana will most likely follow it, but they will follow it with a delay, because that's how the markets move. BTC moves first, then the major altcoins. Meme coins and smaller coins move in their own ways, and you don't want to be like relying on them to respect the whole chart, like where BTC moves first. Like let's say let's do it like this, since I want to take my time with it. we have a few phases in the market, like this. Basically, this whole area right here is where BTC moves. After that is where most likely, like it doesn't always have to happen, but basically this whole area right here is where ETH moves. So you want to expect ETH to move second. This right here, actually let me just mute this so we don't listen to it all the time. And let me also play some music because I don't know why I don't have it already playing. Yeah, something like this. And going back to this chart, ETH is usually the second to move, and it generally moves like a few days to maybe a few weeks after BTC does its move. After that, you want to expect major altcoins to move, and that is usually shortly after ETH moves. So basically, it goes like this. Like they usually cross out, and let me just make the music a bit lower. Basically, these two override each other. So ETH and major altcoins rally at basically the same time. Then you see smaller altcoins rallying, and they override with the bigger altcoins. And let's put them in a red color, I guess. And after that, meme coins usually rally, and that is based just upon human psychology. Because in a situation like this, like let's say this is the bottom, and BTC starts moving up. If BTC starts moving up, people are like people who bought here, who are not experienced, people are still hesitant to buy because there is still a lot of fear in the markets, and they wouldn't want to be buying into fear. Like this is just how the majority of people work, and this is how retail works. So they don't want to be buying fear, even though that's what you should be doing. Now let's say this was the generational bottom. BTC starts moving up, and it does it violently, I guess. And maybe we move into 69k. Let's say this is just a relative top. If it moves into 69k and starts stagnating, people will start to buy BTC, and they will start doing it, like I guess around here. Just when they see it's ready to go up, and it will probably go up more, and the fear is gone, people start getting a bit normalized. Like I wouldn't say greedy because this is not the greedy type of move, but people start investing. And once they see it basically confirmed, once they see the move is confirmed and it will go up more, they want to be risking a bit more. Meaning they will risk going into Ethereum, they will risk going into Solana, they will risk going into Polkadot, let me just find some, like let's say OP, XRP. Like people want to be risking because BTC moves 10%, altcoins move 30%, and that's just how it works. So just based off human psychology, ETH starts moving around here because people are rotating their money from BTC into ETH. Then it goes into major altcoins, meaning people will want to buy riskier altcoins, but they're still not willing to risk the whole 40% drawdowns that happen on the bigger altcoins. Because if you see Solana, like this is a good example. Even in the past few months, it has retraced 40%, 45%, which is a lot. Some people can't bear it. And after people see the whole market being bullish, they're like, yeah, now is my time to risk all my money to go into altcoins, because into meme coins, because meme coins are the most volatile, they move the most, so people are willing to risk, and that's basically how the market rotations work. There's one of the points that I wanted to cover in this video, in this stream, whatever. But yeah, that is basically why we have a rotation in the markets. So basically I lined out the main levels you want to be buying at or longing at. Like you want to be buying, I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my music. You want to be buying fear, and fear was here. Fear was also here, and I guess it wouldn't be the worst buy because we basically know the markets are going to go up. Like it's not going to be down only, and this was most likely not the top, being only 7% above the all-time highs, the previous all-time high. So This is most likely not at the top, so we probably go up again. And if you know we are going to go up again, you want to be buying fear. And you could check the fear and greed index. Actually, let me pull it up on my other monitor. Coin market cap. Yep. Just zoom out of this. Bear with me, guys. I wasn't prepared to yap about this, but yeah, you can check the fear and greed index. We are neutral right now. If we go to the lower time frames and think about those, we were most likely in the fear at one point. I guess. I mean, it doesn't really show up on the fear and greed index, but it doesn't matter. People were afraid when we started dropping. That's when you want to buy. So I guess if we get a chance to get in at these levels, or possibly these levels, you would want to be buying. That is most likely a generational bottom. So let's line out a few more key levels. This right here, these wicks are usually something you want to be aiming to be tagged. And I know it's been tagged already here, but that is a level, that is a significant level, and you want to be looking to possibly bid it, like maybe long or something. But let me actually mark it out like this, just so it doesn't show up on the price thing right here. But yeah. Let me just respond to some of my messages. Like I don't care. This is a live stream, so. Okay. Let's see which levels are significant. I mean, we could go back to this price action around the all-time highs previously and see possibly some significant levels. And I think I have a chart with all the levels up, and it's this one, I guess. Yep, this is where we have all the charts open. I did a video on this a long time ago, and just see how they are respected. Like, all of these levels are relatively significant. Just look at this blue level. This is a 69k. This is a previous all-time high. Look at this, 2021 October high. Resistance here, deviation here, pivotal zone basically. So that is why I like doing these. Yeah, let me just see something. Actually, I can check it on my phone as well. Yeah, that's it. So let's see some more significant levels. As far as support goes, this is basically all you need. Like, I don't think we go below 48k. You could possibly see these levels getting tagged again, but I doubt it. 42k, I doubt we'll get there. And you see, with the market and the sentiment shifting, people being relatively bearish, that lowers our chance of actually going lower. Because if the masses want to get in at these levels, the market makers won't let them. Because why would they let retail get in on the levels that they are getting in? So that is relatively the only reason why I don't think, if people start being bearish, if people start mass shorting the market, that is why I think we don't get the new lows. But let's, as far as the upside targets goes, I think we could do something like this. Basically do a fib of all these levels, and you see 65k, like this level right here. I guess I would want to put it like this because it's more significant like that. But this is a good level to get tagged. And I guess we could also put it at the same level it is. 65. Actually, what I liked doing previously and what I will do now is just mark this whole... My bad, I'm retarded. Mark this whole level as a big range. And you range from here. I guess we could range it to here and say this was a deviation. Because this whole move generally was a deviation. Like, it lasted 3 days. but it's still a deviation. It's not a sustained move. So let's say this was a deviation, and you have your what is it called again? Mid-range. Yeah, mid-range, my bad. You have your mid-range right around here, 65.165. And let me just chart it out. 65.165. So you put your mid-range to be right there. You have your 0.25s of the range, which are here. And you also put them as a dashed line. And the 0.75. And you can trade just based off of those. And that is what I learned from big traders like Trader SZ. My bad. That is what I learned from big traders like Trader SZ, Trader XO, basically marking it out as a big range. So, but my bad, the 0.25 of the whole move is there, and the 0.75 is there, but not of this individual range, which doesn't matter. We can eye it out. But basically, these are the levels that you want. These dotted lines. This one is the mid-range of the whole move. And you basically, you use it as a magnet, and you think the price will go there, and it most likely will. Like, as soon as it gets reclaimed, that is when you look for 0.75s and the ones, like the top of the range. And we are using this whole thing as a range because it's really more significant like that than it was if it was just from, I guess, here to here, from here to here. But yeah, as far as the upside targets goes, 65k, 67.2, and 69k. Those are your levels. Above that, you would want price to stay above that. But as far as what we have now, we haven't had a few consecutive days of the price being above 69k. So as soon as it actually manages to claim 69k, that is basically when you want to be long in it, and when you want to be possibly adding to longs, because that is when it becomes bullish. You aim for the all-time highs, you aim for these levels right here. Like, you can see obvious liquidity waiting to get tapped, like from here to here. This is a good liquidity level to look upon. Above that, aim for, I guess, these. I mean, we can do this trend-based fib. And let me just find it. It's in here, trend-based fib. Like, basically from the bottom to here. My bad. From the bottom, possibly to here. Or I guess, I mean, you could be more bullish and aim for these. And then you would get your upside targets. Like, these are the targets of the whole move. And if you want, you can also do this. Let me just find it, yep, here. And possibly do it the whole retracement. You would factor in all the moves that happened in between here, here, and here. And you would get your upside targets. And you would have a target here. Let's actually mark it out in a different color. We could do it in, I guess, orange. And place it at 84,237. Copy that, paste it, and the next one would be 91,774. And we are just aligning with the fib. And I guess this could be your final target. Right here. At 113k. Above that, it becomes questionable. You see, the next target is at 130k, which is crazy. But not impossible. Still crazy though. So basically, that's how you map out your major targets for the upside. And yeah, as far as the fib goes, you can also have targets like at 786, 75. This whole thing between 65k and 67k is the golden pocket of the fibs, so that is something you want to be aiming for. But those are basically your targets. Like, let's mark it out. And you have this whole liquidity tap, from here to I guess here. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can place it with this and remove the fib so it's not cramped up. And yeah, here are your targets. This is your zone to look into claiming, like this whole thing right here, and above that 69k. So that is basically what we can aim for as far as BTC goes. And let's look at ETH now. ETH can also be interesting because it's pulled back a lot more than BTC did, and it hasn't had a breather in a long time. Let's see how much it pulled back. It pulled back 31%. So as far as ETH goes, we still haven't tagged the all-time highs, which is really crazy. We really haven't had that much bullish momentum. As much as it feels like we did, we didn't have crazy bullish momentum. So you have your obvious range targets, because this is a range top right here. Let's mark it out. Let's have it in black. Let's have it be, my bad. Let's have it be a straight line, and this is your bottom right here, around these lows. This is a deviation again. You don't count those in because they're just to liquidate the people who long the bottom. The market makers go their own ways, so yeah. And the 0.5 of the move is, I mean, you can eye it out. Let's eye it out. The 0.5 from here to here would be around here, actually. And you can see it was a pivotal level. Deviated above, deviated below, retested the support, went above to the all-time highs. Deviated below, started going up, deviated above, and it was straight down for, let's see how many weeks. For 10 weeks, it was straight red candles, which is crazy. If you were in crypto back here, you would remember how wild it was, how bearish it was. Everyone was like, around here, no one believed we would go above again. And I remember us going below 900. That is when I started buying altcoins. I remember buying a lot of altcoins in this whole area right here, and it's public. Like I could be just yapping about this without it being true, but if you go back to like May, June, July, I was buying altcoins back then, and I didn't have a lot of crypto followers, a lot of Twitter followers, so I didn't even give a fuck. So yeah, and if we don't eye it out, if we actually place it like this, you would see of the whole range, the 0.5 is exactly at this line, and we can actually just make it be a correct number, which is I can't see it, 29.79, and let's place it there, 29.79, and you have your 0.5 of the range. 0.75, you would also want to mark that out, and you can see just how obvious of a resistance it was right here. Do it like this and like this, and you can see right here, this pocket between the 786 and the 75, it's been an extreme resistance right here. And you do the 0.25 as well, because those are significant, but I actually will not do it because it's 2000, so at 2k I don't think we'll see ETH at 2k, at least towards the end of the year. Maybe in the bear market with the below, maybe we create a bottom around here, but I don't think it is as relevant as the other levels are. So we can remove the fib, and we are left right here with the 0.75 of the whole range, and we can actually write it out. 0.75 on the 0.5, my bad, 0.5, and you have your 0.5 right here. Just let me see, middle right, yeah, it's showing right here, but it's not showing because we are trading at the price level that we are. Let's let it be in black, and this is the 0.5. This is basically the pivotal level that you want reclaimed on ETH. And you can see we are trading slightly below it, and if we manage to reclaim it on the daily or something, that is basically your sign of bullishness when it comes to altcoins. So let's actually mark out flips of this move right here and just see what levels we are looking at. Like this is the 0.5, we can mark it out. Actually, we can leave the fib up, just have it be on the chart because it's useful. But let's see the obvious liquidity levels that you would want. If we don't manage to trade above this, like if we close the weekly below this level, it wouldn't be really bullish because that would be a confirmation of bearishness when it comes to ETH, because we have closed below it 1 week, and now you would want a V-shaped recovery because that is a sign of bullishness. And if BTC manages to behave here, if BTC doesn't continue dipping here, which I'm not sure about, it might. If BTC continues basically chilling here, not doing too much, I think ETH maybe gets a chance to rally. So remember, 29.79 is your key level that you want to aim for to be reclaimed as a support. But above that, we have this whole thing right here, which will be a big resistance once we come up into it, 31.58. This whole thing right here, like I guess here, is also actually, we can mark it out like this. This whole thing right here is also a big level to look into, and possibly do something like this and this, just so it's a bit more visible. Yeah, like this. These are your levels that you want to be looking at. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I prefer it like this. Yeah, because it's not obstructing the chart as much. So yeah, this is a big level to look into, as well as this zone right here. This is a golden pocket, which is really significant between the 0.5 and the 0.618, and that whole thing will be a big level until we reclaim it. And you can see it being pivotal from here, moving into this level, chilling in this zone, not being able to claim it as support, and going straight down after. So that is a big level to actually reclaim. But let's mark it out so it's a bit more precise. We go from, I guess, this right here. Yeah, this works better. Into this whole candle price action, where we basically couldn't close above it. Yep, like this. So that is also a level to look into. And above that, I guess you have the all-time highs. Not the all-time highs, but the previous highs right here. And let's mark it out like this. That's also a big level to look into. That's basically it. Like this whole zone right here can be a good resistance, but it's not proving to be a resistance now. So it probably will have to develop the price action in this area right here, because it's been inefficient on the move up as well as the move down. So not really anything to work with as far as this goes, except the fibs. But yeah, I don't use those unless there's price action in there. And there probably is price action, as you can see right here. These were the levels that we were looking at. But yeah, let's go with the more recent data, just so it's more significant. Also, just wait a second. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, as far as ETH goes, that's basically it. Below this level, let's mark it out like this. Below this level, ETH is extremely bearish. Like if we manage to close a day below this level, I would call for new lows possibly. And you would have this whole area to play with. I mean, it's too big of an area, so volume of the stream is silent. Let me see. By the way, hi Moby. Let me just see it on my phone, how loud it is. I mean, yeah, it's a bit lower, but I couldn't be bothered to buy a new mic, so I guess bear with me. I'll just be a bit louder, and maybe we can also make the music a bit louder, like this. So yeah, where was I? As far as the downside targets go, this level right here, this whole liquidity pocket right here, is a good level to aim for, as well as this zone right here. Okay, the music is way too loud. What the fuck is this song? Let me just skip it. Okay. So yeah, this whole zone at 2600 is a big zone to look for, and that would be a retracement of about 12%, which is not allowed, which is not a lot when you think about it. 12% is basically a daily candle for ETH. Let's see how much we pulled back here. From the top to the bottom, 13%. 13%. So yeah, it's not impossible. I don't want to see it happening because it would wreck the altcoin charts. So yeah, those are basically the downside targets. These all were liquidity grabs, and I don't want to count them in as significant. So what is possible with ETH, and what I want to see happen with ETH, is basically a reclaim of this whole 0.5 fib, of the whole range, like of, let's go to the weekly. From here to here, the 0.5 is here. I want to see it reclaimed, and I want to see us trading above, what is that, 29.79. So let's do both scenarios, and we manage to reclaim it. We have the monthly open above it, which would be a resistance, at least for some time. But yeah, if we trade above it, let's say we get some price action like this, maybe we reject off the monthly open for a few candles. When we reclaim the monthly open, this is your resistance area, this right here. And once we reclaim that level, it's basically clear skies up until these highs. So it could be a really nice trade. But with how Bitcoin is looking, I'm not a big fan of altcoins. Like, Bitcoin is trading above 63k, that is great, but if we don't manage to claim 63k, I think we get a wipeout candle to like 59k, and we could possibly go lower and put in a bottom, summer bottom, and just start ranging in this big range created for the bottom. And as the autumn comes, as the elections come, as all the big Fed events come, because Fed is already trying to make the markets more bullish. As that comes in, I think that is when we get our relief rally. That is when I think we possibly turn it into a new all-time high, both for BTC and altcoins, because 99% of altcoins, let's not say 99, but like 60% of altcoins haven't put a new all-time high in, like the old altcoins. Yeah, IMJ did. All of these did. Like, all of our altcoins were performing well, because that is something I was talking about all the time. You want to be chasing new shit. You don't want to be buying old shit. You want to be chasing new shit, and possibly coins that have rebranded and started doing other shit, like Vanry did. By the way, it's had a crazy pullback. Let me just see how much this is. From the top to the bottom, 68% pullback is wild. But yeah, most altcoins haven't created a new all-time high, and I think I basically know it will happen as the year goes on, and I just want to do Solana and basically wrap it up. So Solana, I'm just now seeing it. Let's go to the daily, maybe it's clearer. But we got a trend moving up. Yeah, you could count this as a trend. Let's just make it a bit better. This is the first time I've noticed this whole trend moving up. And I guess put it like this. And this whole thing was a deviation of the trend. Let's do it in a dotted line, and like this. This is the trend line that we have bounced off numerous times. Big bounce here, big bounce here, big bounce here, deviated above, and now we are retesting it as support. So that is really, really interesting. And I think we can trade off of this line right here. Let me just go to the lower time frames and see if it is. It hasn't been retested yet. And if we possibly get a pullback into this area right here, which would be a 5-6% move. Yeah, Solana is an obvious pick. Yeah. Solana, I mean, my targets may be a Moonboy target, but I think above 300 easily, possibly into 500s, because I remember buying Solana at $20. It's $20 when it was at the not at $20, my bad. I remember it being at below $10, like basically 8 point something, and I bought into this level. I really did. I bought Solana in this area right here. And I sold it at $20, thinking, yeah, I'm happy with what I got. I got 100% move. It was a bear market. I had bear market PTSD, and if I held, damn, let me just see. I don't even think I want to see this. Oh my god! Imagine if I held it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We make mistakes. We improve on them. So, yeah. I sold here because I didn't think Solana would go back to the all-time highs or something, and it didn't go back to the all-time highs yet, but it was trading above $200, which is already good enough. I basically thought Solana is a network that crashes. It doesn't have that much implementation as much as ETH does, so why would I want to hold it long term? And you can see me now trading meme coins on Solana all the time. Like basically, it's the most used network right now. So that is the reason. Also, all the influencers do a big job when it comes to the price of coins. And basically, I don't know a single influencer who is bearish on Solana when it comes to long-term plays. So why would it not go to 300? Like from here, even after we pull back, it's only 100% move to the upside. Oh, nice. You got a good entry. You entered right here. Like, yeah. Like right around here. Amazing, man. Amazing. I'm sad I'm not like you and I didn't have diamond hands. But yeah, Solana. Let's see what we are working with. I mean, we could also do a big range, same way we did with ETH. Place it here. Do this. This is our bottom, basically. This right here, because you can see the price action here. You can see us deviating below it for a few days and basically holding it as support. The last time it's been retested, it's been only up since. So that is the bottom of the range, and the top of the range can be like this level right here. It doesn't have to be that precise. And you can see the same way we did with ETH. You can eye it out and see the 0.5 is right here. You can see the 0.5 is like right around there, possibly a bit below, but that is basically the pivotal level. Deviated below, moved up. Support here, deviated above, goes below, proves as a resistance, and goes below. This right here, I guess, didn't really prove as a resistance because we didn't tag it right here. But as soon as we reclaimed it, we moved up 50%. And now we are trading like right above it. And let's just be precise with it and see what is the 0.5 of the range. It's like right there. And if we go with this from the top to the bottom, you could see it being right there. So 135. Yeah, 135. And let's mark it out. Coordinates 135. Place it to be a gray line. And that is the level that you want us to hold. And look at how much confluence we have at this level. This right here, the 0.618, is also a big level that we will have to reclaim at one point if we want to continue moving up. So let's mark it out. As well, this whole pocket, like this aligns perfectly. This aligns perfectly from the 0.75 to the 0.68786. we have a big resistance which we haven't been able to reclaim, and that is a resistance of this whole big range right here. So that is possibly the biggest resistance we have up until we move to the all-time highs. And basically the only resistance. These all were inefficient moves, and I think we continue moving inefficiently. And like basically, once we reclaim this level, like we might get some chop price action right here. But as soon as this is reclaimed as support, I think we get a move like this, a violent move to the upside. So that is how I want to play it. And Solana is not looking bad. Like I can't lie to you guys. Solana is looking quite bullish, and the only way it goes down from here is if BTC fucks it up. Like that is really the only way. Like I don't see it being bearish. People want to rotate into Solana. People want to use Solana. People want to trade meme coins on Solana. So that is single-handedly the biggest reason that it's moving up. Like it's not even anything else. It is just people are using Solana. So why the fuck would I be bearish on it? Let's remove these because I don't think we'll need them anymore. Let's just look at what we have to work with. Just marking out a support level. I can eye it out. I can see these highs, support here, and you can see us bouncing from this area right here. So if we manage to dip into this area right here, I think you want to be long in it, like honestly. So that is something, but I don't want us losing, because now it would, now if we moved back into this area, it would be a bigger deviation of this whole trend line. So I don't want us moving below, basically below 135. That is when I'll stay bullish. Like as long as we are above 135, I'll stay bullish. And yeah, BTC is the boss. BTC is basically the only coin that dedicates how the other altcoins move. So you want to be looking at BTC and trading altcoins. So that is something that we always do, and that we'll probably will have to do for a few more years, maybe 2 more cycles. Because I think now with the ETF from BTC, I think things are changing up a bit, especially when we get an ETH ETF, which could happen in the next few months. Like thinking about it, an ETH ETF could happen in the next 2 months. Like why not? Around pre-elections possibly. So once we get that, I think the markets will split up a bit more. Like we don't get the normal rotation that I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, when we go from BTC to ETH to major altcoins to minor altcoins to memes. I think markets will move their own ways. BTC will have its own price action, ETH will have its own price action, and I think major altcoins follow both ETC and BTC and ETH, and I think minor altcoins, like the smaller ones that we are trading, will follow possibly only ETH. And that is just a schizophrenic prediction I have. So yeah, that is my idea of the markets changing. But yeah, Solana is looking really good. We have this level that is a resistance that we are coming up on. Let's just mark it out. This whole area right here, around 155. So basically, if we continue moving bullish like this, and I really hope we pull back into 140s, because I want to long it, and now would be irresponsible for me to long it. So if we get a reclaim of the Monday's high, we have a whole week to trade with the Monday's range, by the way. So if we get a reclaim of the Monday's high, I think we chop a bit in this whole area right here. If we don't deny from it, I think we could possibly continue moving up 260s, which would be a good move if we long possibly on the Monday's high. It would be a 10% move to capitalize on. If we do long on it and use like 10x leverage, it is a 60% gain, which is not that bad. And above 165s, I don't really know, because you can see basically from here to here, and I'm using from here because this whole area right here has some price action. But basically this whole area right here is pure inefficiency, which will most likely get filled by inefficiency. So as I said with ETH, as soon as we manage to move above this level, I think we have a violent, let me just mark it out a bit better. This is a resistance level that we have. And as soon as we reclaim this level, I think we have a move like this, like genuinely move up in a matter of a few days, going straight up. So I guess that is something to keep an eye on when it comes to Solana. It could be really wild with how it's moving. Because usually that is usually what happens. You can see this price action right here was inefficient and it got filled by an inefficiency. So inefficiency right here will most likely get filled by inefficiency right here. So a reclaim of $160 would mean moving to 170 in a matter of few 4-hourly candles. So yeah, Solana is looking good. When it comes to trade ideas, I think I will most likely be longing Solana if we get a move like this. Possibly deviate the Monday's mid-range, something like this, and as soon as we reclaim the Monday's mid-range, you would want to long it. Pull along like right here, place your stops below here, and aim for these right here. Actually these, because you wanna trade these levels. And I guess if it manages to reclaim this, like the 160, I think you leave a moon bag, because the chances of that are happening are basically reliant on BTC, which is not looking the best. So this is not the best trade when it comes to risk and reward, but I personally think we don't get stopped on the trade, and it will have to trade with BTC as it always does. Like BTC is king, as you said. But this would be a good trade to go into. Possibly, I guess you could do this, but it's a bit riskier because that would mean you're trading below them on this mid-range. But basically long, as soon as we claim this as support, like maybe deviate like this, and as soon as this whole trend line, which is moving up for a few months now, as soon as it gets reclaimed, you might want to long it. You might want to put in small size just so you're safe. And as soon as we reclaim the Monday's mid, you could add on to your trade. So I guess that is not a bad idea as well. And just have your stops below this. Like the stops have to be wide. You could possibly, I don't know, you could possibly put them below the monthly open, because from this level, yeah, it would be a bit too much. You would want to place your stops, I guess, right below here. And I guess if you enter here, that is a 5% move to the downside, meaning a 10x leverage trade would keep you covered. You would be safe. So that is basically the idea that I have on Solana. And what I want to do now is I'll put an alert on this so that I know when it crosses. 1 second. So as soon as it crosses this level, you would want a deviation of the low and look for longs, possibly tagging this trend line, because there has not been a big deviation as far as the weekly goes. You could see we haven't closed a single week below the level for, let's see how many weeks it has been. 25 weeks. So I guess this trend line stays intact, possibly. So I don't know. That is it when it comes to Solana. I don't know if there are any other altcoins that are relevant enough for me to trade them and to mark them out. So yeah, that is basically what we are working with now. BTC looks iffy. I don't know. It doesn't look the best. Ethereum, as soon as it reclaims 29.79, it's going to start looking a lot better than it is now. Solana is looking amazing, and I want to have a long open on Solana. So let's see how these are looking. There's not a lot of volume in the markets, like not even 700 million accumulated. Maybe, yeah, 700, almost 800 million accumulated in an hour, which is not that much. When you see these, basically not that much volume, so I guess it's Tuesday after all. The markets are closed. We'll see what Asia does. We'll see what Asia does. Because Asia could do some weird price action. We can move up in Asia and possibly go above the Monday's high, maybe tag 65k. But as the past few weeks have been going on, as soon as the US markets open, that is basically when the markets shut down and when we start going lower. So yeah, that is basically it. Let me just see on the watch list. Is it this? Do we have a gap that needs to be covered? Yeah, I guess this is a level. This is also a significant level. 67.5 is a CME gap, which will most likely get filled. If we continue being bullish, it will most likely be filled in the next few days. But we'll see. I don't want to be making stupid predictions, so we'll keep it professional. We'll keep it like intact, because predictions lead to emotions, and we don't want emotions catching up. So we'll just work with the levels that we have. 67k is a big level. We already know that by this. It's a 0.75 of the big move. We want that to be claimed. As soon as that is claimed as support, 69k is the next level. So 63k, 65k, 67k, 69k. Those are your bullish levels. If 63k, if we lose it, 61k, 59k, 56k, 57k, I guess, this whole area right here. And God forbid we go into the 52k to 51k and possibly even 48k, 47k. Those downside targets, I don't want to see them because I still hold my altcoins. Although I have de-risked a bit, I still hold most of my altcoins. So God forbid we see those levels. But if we do, put your life on the longs. Buy everything, mortgage your house so you have more money, and just go all into crypto. So that is basically it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Moby, for keeping me company. And I'll see you guys. I'll do another stream in the next few days, because why not? I can just sit here and talk about whatever comes up to my mind. So I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a nice evening.